Hello to everyone. In this video I'm going to answer two very important questions. The first is how important is the riding gear, and the second is how much do you have to spend on it. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Pavlin and I'm a motorcycle traveler. On this channel I usually upload anything related to long motorcycle trips, so you might consider subscribing. Alright, before I dive deep into the topic, let me show you a short video. This was really bad. With around 70-80 kilometers per hour, which is mean that I went over the windscreen, and then you can see what is the situation. Two airbags are open. After all of these accidents, I am still here in one piece without any broken bones, right? Did you ever consider, even for a second, that it might have been because of the riding gear? If the answer is no, there is nothing I can do for you. So instead of wasting your time watching me, go out and ride your motorcycle, or to be more precise, play your Russian roulette until you learn it the hard way. On the other hand, if your answer is yes, keep watching, because I'm gonna tell you a few very interesting facts, and who knows, they might save even your life. So until now, I assume that you already found out about the riding gear, and now you're wondering, is it really necessary every time to ride dressed like a Robocop? So unfortunately, my friend, the answer is yes. As you know, I always preach to ride with the full gear, and I always ride with the full gear. To give you an example, even so, until my last Istanbul accident, I did not have any idea how much actually the riding gear protects. So I have had a lot of drops, slides, dirt roads, normal roads on a low speed, but I never had a serious crash accidents which involved another vehicle. So what I have learned without any doubts, it is that it works and protects very well the way it's described. So the modern riding gear is designed so well with all of these specific materials, protection and paddings everywhere, that you have to be really naive to believe that your fancy leather jacket, tight jeans or maybe army boots will provide the same level of protection in the case of serious accidents. A proper riding gear will have all the necessary paddings on the places they have to stay, like elbows, shoulders, spine, hips, knees, and some here on the chest, whatever. So it actually took many years to riding gear companies to develop a specific product with many tests and feedbacks and stuff like that to provide this the maximum safety, longevity, durability, and you shouldn't even doubt what is better, a proper riding gear or a fancy leather jacket. Also, we shouldn't talk only about accidents. The riding gear also protects from cold, from heat, from rain, and from everything that flies in the air. It is actually like a Swiss multi-tool, or if I can say it differently, it's like to hit a few birds with one stone. In my opinion, this is a must-have item for every motorcycle rider. And it doesn't matter are you going to travel the world or just ride in the city. It is not mandatory, but I highly recommend wearing your riding gear every time when you jump on the bike. So I hope this answers the first question. The second is, how much do you have to spend for a proper riding gear? And the short answer is, as much as you can. And here, of course, I expect many of you to say, Pavlin, it is easy for you. You're sponsored from Revit. They send you all of this fancy, expensive riding gear, but we cannot afford it, and many more like that. Yes, that's right. I'm sponsored from Revit, but from 2 years. Before that, I have bought many different riding jackets, pants, boots, whatever you can imagine. Yes, they were never so expensive and fancy, but they were a proper riding gear. And as you know, I never ride without it. Let me add a few more questions. The first will be, do I have to spend a lot of money for the top riding gear like Revit or Cream? And the answer is no, you don't have to. For example, this jacket, the one that I was wearing during my accident in Istanbul, cost around less than $200, and I bought it more than 7-8 years ago. And it protects me very, very well, as you already know, after the accident. And you can find a proper riding jacket for the amount of, let's say, $70-80. So you don't have to spend a lot of money for a proper riding gear. The next logical question is going to be, what is the difference between very expensive and cheap gear? I will say it this way, in terms of protection, it will be a minimal. But in terms of quality, comfort, durability and longevity, it is going to be huge. The way the expensive gear is made, it's much more different than the cheap riding gear. They are made usually from quality materials, breathable materials like Gore-Tex, Shell-Tex, whatever Tex you can find. They have a better ventilation, they have many more pockets, different features and stuff like that. But as I said, guys, all of this will help you if you travel, if you have a long-term travels, or if you have a different weather conditions or stuff like that. In terms of protection, it will be about the same. Not exactly the same, because even the way the paddings are designed and the material they used can produce a significant different results in the case of impact. But as I said, it will be about the same in terms of protection. Also, you have to keep in mind that when you buy an expensive gear, it will last much longer, and also you have some warranties on it. Let me give you an example from my experience, real example. As you know, I've got a Revit Poseidon GTX for many years. After 3 years of use, and many kilometers everywhere around the world, hard use, it started leak here on the zip line. So I contact the company and they respond immediately and send me the new model, Poseidon GTX 2, because of this Gore-Tex warranty. That's why I said, buy the best that you can afford at the moment. If this is a $70 jacket, buy it. You can always upgrade it later, but never ride without it, please. Another one of the questions that I have heard many times is, can I ride with my body armor and cheap jacket on the top? Yes, absolutely. The body armor provides one of the best protections, no doubts about it. The problem with body armor is if you have to keep it for many hours. For example, long trips. Okay, you're gonna spend many hours riding. Let's say you're good with this armor, it's comfortable, but then you're gonna spend many hours walking around, seeing attractions or meeting people. And if you do not have, let's say, big hard panniers to store this body armor, you have to keep it with you all the time. And as you know, it is not comfortable at all. That's why I said it is not practical. Also, when the weather changes from cold to hot, for example, this body armor will be very hard to wear. You will overheat very fast. When the weather is cold, you will need another jacket on the top. When you start raining, you're gonna need your rain jacket. But when you have a proper riding gear, let's say breathable, waterproof material, you have all in one. As I said, a few birds with one stone. That's why in terms of protection, body armor is the best, but in terms of functionality, I have tried even that, guys. I have tried everything. I did one trip with body armor and I regret. So after I come back, I decided to cut at least the sleeves from here. I said, okay, I'm gonna have my jacket, I will have the best protection for the spine, but on my jacket I will keep the shoulders and the paddings here on the elbows, and it was all. So finally I finished just riding with a normal riding gear. I am absolutely sure that you have heard the famous phrase, dress for the slide, not the ride. Even the cheapest Chinese riding gear will protect more than the most expensive t-shirt. The fancy jeans that you might have will be great when you go out with friends to have some drinks, but they are not for riding a motorcycle. If you have to spend 6 months in the hospital because of broken leg, you will learn the hard lesson how important the motorcycle boots are. And many more like this, but I believe that you're a clever man and you got the idea. Always ride safe and see you next time. Ciao!